Hey y'all, this is Marty K. Hope y'all are well. I got a video that I want to show you. It's a YouTube short, and then I want to have a conversation about the mark of the beast. And the reason that I want to talk about it is because I had a very personal conversation this weekend with my granddaughter's mother that was alarming to me. But it's tied into this video and us having to have digital IDs and digital wallets and use digital currency and be tracked as we go into the store and shop. So let me show you this video and then we'll have our conversation.
Walmart, Rockland, Ontario. Look what they're installing. Look what they're installing on the sensors are in, fellas. Yeah, sensors are in. This section here, there's no doors. They've just installed doors, and they have sensors everywhere. Look, see, sensors going right there. That's where it's going. Check, I'll show you the there. See, there's a beep boop machine. No beep boop, no door. You don't do beep boop, door don't open. Most people don't know what's coming. Fucking idiots.
All right, so excuse the language. I apologize, but a lot of people have been talking about this stuff for a long time, and folks are just like, "Oh, you're crazy, you're crazy." So it's here now, and so there's only so many more crazies we're gonna be called. I don't get any, um, glory from any of it. It's just you just care about people and you're trying to warn them, but the system has conditioned the people to ignore anything that doesn't come from them. So, as you can see, this is a Walmart installing sensors. So if you don't have a digital ID, you don't have a digital wallet, if you don't have digital currency, the trifecta is what I call it, you're not going to be able to get those cold food section doors to open. And it's not just going to be there, it's going to be the entire store. They've been prepping us with this, going into the store, scanning with your phone the QR code so you can have, your stuff itemized, you know how much everything costs. That all was a pilot program, and people don't know it. People are still walking around doing it. I was in the city last week working out of town, and I saw people walking around in the grocery store like Pokemon Go, looking at the phones, picking up whatever it is that they were going to buy, scanning it, putting it in their cart. And I was like, geez, people are so stupid. But, people love their phones, and that is going to be the death of a lot of people. That and folks that just have to take the mark because they are comfortable on government assistance. And the story I want to tell you is about my granddaughter's mother. I had her for the weekend, so I took her home and we were talking. I was telling my granddaughter's mother about digital currency and what's coming. And I've been talking to her for the last couple of years, just a little bit at a time, because I could tell she's in the world, so she's just not ready for the conversation. And so as I see this digital currency coming, I was talking to her about it. I was asking her about work and everything. She told me she had quit this job and was working at a retail store, making $9 an hour. And I was thinking, how is she surviving off of $9 an hour with 3 children living in the house that she lives in? And we were having a conversation about digital currency, and I was like, well, this is coming really soon. And with it, you're going to have a digital ID. on your phone, and without that, you're not going to be able to really function in society. So, are you preparing? And she was like, "Oh yeah, I got Section 8. I got, people are going to wish they had Section 8." I was like, "You do realize that people who receive any sort of governmental benefit are going to be the first ones who are required to sign up for this benefit?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You get TANF, or if you get SNAP benefits, which are food stamps, you're going to have to get that mark. If you live in subsidized housing, that's a governmental benefit. It comes from HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development." And I was like, that is a financial benefit that goes to the states, and the states distribute it. They give you a voucher. I said, but that's a governmental benefit. In order for you to get that, you have to accept the terms and conditions. And if that means the terms and conditions require digital currency, digital ID, digital wallet, you're going to have to do that. If you receive SSI, disability, Social Security, same thing. All of those are governmental benefits that are going to require you to use a digital ID. Medicare, Medicaid, same thing. So her tone and everything changed, and she was like, "Well, I'm just gonna have to take the mark because I got to feed my children. I don't have any help." And so I was thinking, okay, so you have three children by three different men, and one is my son. None of these men are with her. She don't have a relationship with any of them. Um, they help her from time to time. I mean, I guess she asks for resources or whatever, but she gets public assistance, and she is 40 years old, never been married, hasn't tried to do anything to improve her life personally by getting a skill or trade or anything. And it, to me, this is me just looking in. Every time a child got old enough, it seems to for her to do better. She, instead of her fixing her life, she'd have another baby, so that keeps the benefits going. So here she is now with three children, no prospects of anybody wanting to come into her household to help her with her children, because it's three by three different men. That's the whole drama. Um, the fathers are not coming back. And the father now is the government. The government is your baby daddy. The government is, taking care of your household. Should be doing what the father is supposed to be doing for your children or your husband. And so it just showed me how many black women in particular, because we have one of the highest single parent household rates in the United States. And we have the highest unwed female population in the country. We have a whole bunch of black women who are going to have to take the mark because they've lived any kind of way, and so now they're going to have to endure the consequences, in addition to not heeding any warnings and not paying attention to the signs like we're supposed to be keeping watch of. And so it was just really disheartening to hear my grandchild's mother say, "Well, I'm gonna just have to get the mark," and then, kind of lash out because of her life choices. And it was just an eye-opening moment. It just was a revelation of what this hour is going to look like when people have to make this choice. A lot of people are going to get this mark. I don't know if I was ready for that yesterday. I just wasn't ready. And it bothered me all the way home. It bothered me last night. I came home, I was working in my garden, and I was just disturbed because I know a lot of black women are going to make this choice. A lot of older black people who don't have family supports, they're going to make this choice. The choice of eternal damnation. If you're not going to be able to buy or sell without the mark in your hand or forehead, or have the number of the beast, how many people do you know that are planning on taking it? Has anybody just willingly said, yeah, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna have to do what I gotta do. I would never. I just couldn't. I would have to find other alternatives. We're all, if you're awakened, you've been thinking about, how can you navigate this? Because you're not going to do it because you love the Most High. You are His. You're not the beast. You don't belong to the beast. You belong to the Most High. And although the Most High has given us a choice, our choice right now is Him. Now, I can't say what, people are going to do later on, but I'm pretty strong in my convictions. I'm thinking I'm not going to do it. I'm certain I'm not going to do it. But I would also like to be in a position where I could help other people not have to make that choice. But I don't know how you do that when we have so many people who got caught up in this public assistance / welfare system, this welfare state, where people just haven't made any life changes so that they can navigate this. So if you have any suggestions on, what to do, what do you say when someone says this to you? Because we all have a choice. The other thing that this young lady said was, her grandmother told her a long time ago she was going to hell because she was left-handed. And, I read in the Old Testament where if you were left-handed, there was something to that. I'm not going to get into it. But she already seemed as though she was destined to go to hell. And so she's fine with that decision in order to feed her children. And I was like, wow. And it's sad to me. It's sad, the dysfunction in our community where, we've been so sexually promiscuous and so out of order with not having, um, traditional households where there were husbands and wives and husbands who were heading the households and taking care of the children. We are so out of order that so many women and potentially men, because they're going to be poor and destitute too, because of child support, because of not being able to get right, because of punitive laws. People are going to have to make that choice, and it is going to be ugly. How are you going to feel about someone that you care about, or you love making that decision? Are you going to look at them differently? Because I felt in that moment, I saw her differently. I did not necessarily want to judge her, but in an instant I had to, because she made a choice. Not that the choice was there at hand, but she's made a choice already in her mind that she's going to do that. And you know, then are you prepared for the lashing out? Because then they lash out at you, and kind of make you feel bad because of their choices. I don't know. I don't know what the solution is, but I know that this digital currency is coming fast. This digital ID is coming fast. These digital wallets are coming fast, and if you receive any type of public assistance, you're going to be the first ones that this is rolled out on. You're not going to have a choice. Everybody's going to have an account number. Everybody on earth is going to have to participate. You're not going to have to. You're going to have a choice. You're either going to be persecuted and ostracized, or you're going to take the mark. So let me say that. But are we prepared for the massive amounts of women, black women, and black men, but more black women are going to take this mark because they got to feed their children, and because, it's the consequences of sin is death. Um, you have to give up your life, your eternal life, to feed children that you had out of wedlock, or you had because you were poor. Maybe you didn't plan well, you didn't choose well. Like, this is a difficult time to be alive. I just, that whole conversation just shook me. So, I want to talk about it because it's something real. If you're Yasharel, if you are, an African American just coming into this knowledge, and or if you're a Christian and you know that this time is near, maybe you don't understand how serious this is and how close we are. This time is coming. Are we ready? I say no. I'm not ready to see people make these choices, and especially because we are out here warning people. I talk to people all the time. If I, you know, get 5 minutes in, I'm telling you, about so and so and so, this is coming. Are you ready? And I don't get into the deep, prepping community stuff, but just general, this digital currency is coming. If you receive this is gonna happen. Are you ready? People ain't ready. And even believers, I don't know if believers understand what it's going to be like having your relatives and friends and neighbors and coworkers tell you, I got to take the mark because I got to eat. I got to feed my children. I got to have some place to stay. I need this check. People are not ready to be uncomfortable. People are not ready to sacrifice. People are not thinking this thing out. And, I don't know if the Most High is going to come and get us right away. We may have to go through some of this. We may have to make these choices. I don't know. But I do know that this digitalization of society is going on. It's full steam ahead. I'll post a link to this video in the description. But I want you to think about how you're going to feel when your relatives tell you that they're going to take the mark, because they're going to take the mark. A lot of people are going to take the mark. A lot of black women are going to take the mark because they have children to feed, because they have built their lives on this Ponzi scheme of a system that took black men out of the households and took away opportunities and split families up and created this huge divide in our community. And not only that, but the degeneracy, or the lack of family, the nuclear family. I hate to say nuclear family, but the lack of traditional households where both parents are in the households, father's taking care of the family, mother is, either helping out working or raising the kids, but able to stay home. And you can make these types of decisions as a family because you're led by someone who's responsible and who is going to provide and take care of you. Women are, you know, with children are going to have to make some decisions, and they're going to be ugly. So are we ready for that? And I say no. I know I'm not ready, but I don't know what to do about it either. So if y'all have any suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Please like this video, share it, and subscribe to the channel. Also subscribe to the Odyssey and Rumble channels, which are also in the description in the event this channel is taken down. In the coming weeks and months, we're going to have more conversations about this because, it's easy to say what you're not, what you are and not, and you won't do, what you will and you won't do personally. But it is difficult watching other people have to make this decision. And I never thought that I would see somebody have to make that decision, but make it before time that you're not going to fight, that you're going to give up and take the mark so that you can feed your children. I don't even know what to say, but I know it's coming. I know a lot of people are going to make that choice. I know a lot of people are going to have to make that decision. But as a community, as an ethnic group, as Israel, what does that say about us as a people, that we are so out of order, that we have people that have to choose eternal damnation to eat because, we were out of order, sexually promiscuous, doing things outside of the will of the Most High because we could. Even when we knew better, we did it. So, this, it's not throwing blame at women, not throwing blame at men, but just looking at the state of our community and having to deal with the ramifications of us being out of order. There's a price to pay for it, and a lot of women are going to pay a heavy price. Men are going to pay too, but women are going to pay immediately because they have to make that choice, and they're going to choose the easy road, the wide path, and they didn't prepare. So, just some food for thought, y'all. This is Marley K, and I'm thinking about how difficult it's going to be for our people. And not just our people all over the world are going to have to make this decision. But because I love and I'm Black American, and I'm concerned about the plight of our people, it pains me to hear a sister give up so easily and not believe. So I'm going to be meditating on this and try to figure out. I'm going to pray and ask the Most High, what do you do? And it may be do nothing. Some people are going to go to hell. That's a lot of people, not some. A lot of people are going to go. But this is just the beginning. And for those of us who see and have strong convictions and understand the eternal ramifications, we need to pray for strength and pray for guidance, because we're all going to have to make the choice. And the choice is going to be here until the end, until we leave, until we're persecuted, until we starve to death, killed by the elements, whatever. We're all going to have to make the choice. The real question is, are you sure you're going to make the choice you think you're going to make today? And that is to not take the mark and be a child of the Most High. All right, y'all. This is Marley K. Leave your comments in the comment section. I'll be checking frequently because I'm seriously looking for a solution here. I don't have one. All right, I'm out.